We've all done things that are seemingly impossible before, and the reason why we even start these things is because we were taught to dream big. But let me put you guys here. A lot of the times we don't achieve these ambitious goals is because while our goals can be huge, our actions need to start small. Yet we don't follow through. A lot of the times we don't follow through the type of action and the entire journey that's required for us to succeed. In other words, we're not giving ourselves enough time and patience and consistency and effort to make that happen. And today I was thinking about it is in the context of content creation, and the only time you lose is when you completely stop creating. Like, there isn't a time where you can fail as a creator, like 100%. Of course, there are a lot of barriers, a lot of turbulences that we all have to go through, but when you post enough content, sooner or later, you will see some sort of results. And if we even think about Mr. Beast, he continued to post videos for a year straight before he got his first 1K viewers. After 7 years is when he actually blew up. And he's just one of the thousands of examples. So if we see that people before who are on similar pathways have went through the same process and have put that amount of time into what they're doing, then we should give ourselves more time and more credit for trying as well. Because if we don't have this feedback loop of validating ourselves enough when we've put in the work, then initially the results aren't going to validate you. And that's just so discouraging, which is why a lot of people give up before they see any sort of results. I think there's also this photo on the internet where people are just digging for gold or digging for diamond, but they stop right before they actually hit the diamond just because there's nothing to like get them going and there's nothing for them to like continue. I think we all operate based on more motivation than discipline a lot of the times because we can't just use like sheer discipline for everything, but having a system where we can motivate and validate ourselves for trying is very important in my opinion. The biggest part of the struggle for pushing ourselves through the tough moments is when you're in a state of defeat and there are just so many days where you feel like nothing's working out at the moment and you know that you're kind of on the right path but nothing's just hitting yet, and you let external comparisons get in the way, you let blah 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 excuses get in the way, and then you blame everything else except for the lack of patience. And I think it's just such a human thing to do because it's so natural for us to compare. It's so natural for us to just want to do well. And sometimes I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just a human thing. On the days and the nights where you're just questioning everything and questioning every single decision that you've made that led to this point, these are the most essential days where you have to push through these and you just have to keep going on these days for you to actually get closer to the results, as long as you know that your direction in general is heading in the right way. And a friend has told me this before because I feel defeated so often, like literally on a weekly basis. There are highs where a few things are hitting and a few things in my life are going well and I'm just like, fuck yeah, like all of this is happening right now. And then there are other days where absolutely nothing is happening and then I start scrolling on the internet in my bed and I see all of these people doing all of these different things, and now I'm just like, oh shit, I am doing nothing with my life and look at all of these people. But one thing to remember is that you can slow down when you're feeling defeated. No one's saying that you will never be disappointed. No one's saying that you'll never compare or be sad about not achieving anything. These are like all a part of the essentials that you have to go through to get closer to your ambitious goals. But you can slow down. The only requirement is that you can never stop. It's the same thing for running, and my friend Sandra taught me this. You can slow down as much as you want, But if you set yourself to run for 10 minutes as a starting point, then you are running for that 10 minutes. You're never stopping at any point in between. You can slow down as much as you want, and this applies to anything that you do. You can lower the speed if you're feeling quote unquote burnt out, if you're feeling defeated, and if you just don't have that mentality to keep going at the same pace as you used to when you first started, because you don't have that sudden burst of motivation or something to keep you going anymore. But once you push through those moments, most oftentimes those are the most critical moments that will lead up to the point of success. And those are the times that builds up your character, so that when you have small or big wins and when you look back, you can give yourself that full self-respect to be like, I pushed through all these toughest moments to get here. And I think this is what makes the end goals worth achieving in a way. It's honestly, thinking back, it's honestly the days where just nothing is working out and you just feel like the entire world is falling apart, or the entire world just has something against you, although you're trying your best. And I don't even know if it's just me feeling this way, but I firmly believe that consistency and putting in that work will always, you will always find something good out of it sooner or later. You just can't see it at the moment, especially when you're being challenged in all ways, shapes, and forms, and very few people understand you, no one's supporting you, everyone's arguing against what you're doing, so on and so forth. And I don't even know if I'm making sense or not, but I just firmly believe that these moments are teaching us an important lesson in life about hard work, about determination, about persistency. And if you're watching this video, just do whatever you're doing. Just keep on doing this for the next 6 months, for the next year. Give yourself a little bit more time, a little bit more patience while working towards it. You can slow down, you can cry, and these things will inevitably come up throughout the process, because anything that's not easy is most definitely very mentally challenging. But just do not stop. You can't stop here, because you're just so close away from something that will motivate you to continue to go further than you are right now. Another point that my friend Sanjana has brought up in the past that has really helped me work through difficult times is that she told me your brain doesn't have enough intelligence to actually rationalize how far it can go, because things work exponentially and your brain thinks linearly. In a way, it's just like, oh, if I work XYZ hours, then in 10 days I'll be around in the same place. But if you accumulate your knowledge and your assets, then what you can achieve is astronomically larger than what your brain is estimating right now, because your brain just simply cannot see or fathom or imagine things that are outside of their current data points and their current state. And I feel like it's just so comforting to know that I can actually go further than I even thought, just because things in life don't always work in a way that like your brain just assumes. And I think it's been a healthy mentality for me, and it's kind of motivating in a way to know that you can actually get even more than what you're imagining or what you're designing right now through your work and through what you do. And that is the message of this video. Why am I filming this today? Because today I'm feeling defeated again. And although I've been taking some sort of action, I didn't feel like I was doing enough. I still feel like I'm just procrastinating on so many tasks, or there's so many things that should have been done by now, but they're not. And I just need to give myself a little bit of credit for not stopping, because that is the only thing that you can do along the way. And the tasks that are still fucking piling up on my end, they will be done sooner or later. And yeah, that's it for this video. See you guys next time.